welcome back to Scooby-Doo Tarot, or if you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. I sort of addressed in a video that I posted this morning about some of the glitches that I've been having, and then of course went to do a reading and my camera started glitching again. Yeah, it's just the camera. Like, I've even looked through all of the settings. I've tried to change like the frame rate, and no matter what I do, it's like the frame rate is just going to fluctuate no matter what with this camera. So sometimes that's just going to happen. I'm doing my best to keep an eye out for it. And when it started happening, I had to stop the video because it just would not stop acting up. But we started out with the Six of Wands. I don't want to just start over and do a new reading because I really think that there are some pertinent messages here for my collective. Hopefully you are, willing to bear with me here. I do feel a little bit disingenuous starting out with a bunch of cards that I pulled not on video, but I can post, the other video that was messing up if you would like, so that I'm not just making up a reading, picking some cards out to tell a story that I want to tell. I'm trying to get messages from Spirit that we need to hear. We have the Six of Wands here, and from that I'm getting balance here. Balance is being restored in your connection. I'm getting this Prince of Wands. So I'm hearing here, there we go. Hopefully you can see that. I am hearing here that your divine masculine, or if you are a divine masculine, your person here is wanting to fight for you here. I am getting that you sort of, kind of pulled your energy back from them a little bit. I'm kind of hearing, you have this thought in your head like, if I call this person, are they, if I don't call them first, are they ever going to call me first? Or, if I don't make the plans, are we ever going to hang out? Kind of an energy that I was getting. And now that you've pulled that energy back and given it to yourself, they are missing it. They are feeling like they want to come back and fight for it here. And we have the Sun here coming out in the reverse. So I had a lot of readings when I first started my channel where I pulled the Sun and the Star, and I was hearing that this person, they see you, they want you, they think that you're beautiful, they see a future with you, but they feel that you are unobtainable to them. Completely unobtainable. But with it coming out in the reverse, it's like they're starting to kind of get over that. Kind of take you off that pedestal a little bit, because they definitely have you on a pedestal here. And that is what makes them feel like they are, just not even good enough for you. And, they may have, not been giving you the energy that you deserve. And that is also could be the reason why they feel that way. They don't feel like they have anything to give. But, you love this person exactly the way that they are, and they do you. So it's like you don't even need them to offer you anything other than themselves. And if they could just kind of realize that, get over a little bit, you guys could have a beautiful connection. And I pulled this Seven of Swords. Some of my newer subscribers, y'all don't know how I feel about the Seven of Swords, but let me tell you, I do not like this card. Every time we do a reading, I pull this card. And, one time I didn't, and it was because the reading before that, I had said that I wanted to stick this card in the freezer like Joey does in Friends when he's reading The Shining. Excuse me. It's starting to help, starting to get some of my phlegm out, which is a good thing, but I'm in the middle of a reading, so I want to speak clearly. So I said I wanted to put this card in the freezer because it's just so upsetting to me. And then the next reading, it got stuck in between these two cards, which I take out at the beginning of the reading usually so that they don't get in the way. And so it got stuck in between those two. And then the next reading, I didn't pull it. And I didn't see it till I was putting the cards up. Or maybe it was when I was taking the cards out the next day. I don't remember. But I found them there. And I was like, oh, that makes sense why I didn't pull them. And then, of course, that next reading, I pulled it again. Anyways, so I don't like this Seven of Swords. And it is because Seven of Swords has a lot to do with deception. See, there's the moon here. The moon is a card about what is being hidden from you. And with her back being turned here, it's like this is going on behind the scenes. And this person has these feelings for you that they are too afraid to express. And that is what I'm getting from the Seven of Swords, and why I freaking hate it so much, because this person has loving, beautiful feelings for you, but they're like too afraid to come towards you. And then I pulled the Three of Cups. So I'm trying to get it to where it's not got light just shining on it, and you can see it, and it's in the reverse too. So the reason that they can't come towards you, the reason that things are being kept from you, hidden from you, their feelings are being kept from you, is because of this third party. That's what I'm getting from the Three of Cups. And this third party, it could be another person, you know, it could be another partner, a karmic partner, it could be one of, you know, another soul tie that they're having to deal with. It could be their job. It could be even their kids or their family, their parents even. But something here is keeping them from you. And with it being in the reverse, they are starting to kind of realize, you know, maybe this third party isn't someone that they want in their life, especially if it's what's keeping you from them, you know? So they are slowly awakening to this connection. They're waking up to, you know, to realize, you know, if they don't act now, doing this. If they don't act now, they're not going to get another chance at this connection. At least not in this lifetime. Y'all know, if you're a twin flame, that this soul connection is going to last through multiple lifetimes, and has lasted through multiple lifetimes already. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Your person feels, I'm getting this is your person's energy. I'm kind of getting it's a little bit on your side too, because obviously twin flames, feelings are being mirrored here. And, you know, I don't know why exactly it is I'm getting twin flame from this reading. I think it's the Six of Wands energy, as well as I've been seeing 111 and 1111, 1111. So I'm just getting twin flame energy, and, you know, I'm just going to listen to that intuition and go with it with this reading, because, you know, just because the cards didn't necessarily say Four of Wands or the Lovers or something like that, you know, it's like, doesn't necessarily mean that it's not about your twin flame connection. Anyways, the Five of Pentacles, your person's feeling left out in the cold. And I think it is because you kind of returned your energy back to yourself, because you weren't receiving anything in return from them, you know? And I'm getting that it was absolutely necessary in order for this connection to kind of heal and mend and grow to a point where you want it to be. But obviously it causes a lot of hurt and pain here on both sides. But definitely your person, like, they are hurting. They are down bad over you. And for some reason, I just kind of feel like you were in this energy of protecting your peace. They're like, I love you. I'll send you love and light. I still care about you, even though they've made some pretty big mistakes, I'm hearing. You still love them unconditionally. But, you know, you aren't going to sacrifice your peace for them, no matter what. And I love that for you, and it is very important to set boundaries in these connections. I know somebody left a comment asking about their connection, and I really didn't get to read through all of them or respond yet. But I do want to go ahead and say, I can't really tell you what your connection is. I can give you my advice to the best of my abilities. I can tell you my opinion. I can tell you what the cards say. But at the end of the day, it is entirely up to your discernment, your intuition, to tell you what your connection is. So I also feel like, not all soulmates are gonna be a twin flame. Not all karmics are going to be a twin flame. But I do feel that all soulmates and twin flames are a type of karmic connection. I think people use the word karmic a lot when they're talking about like a third party that your person is dealing with. And, that's like an easy way to discount, their connection and what they're doing for your person. Because it's like saying that they're only there to teach a lesson. But that's such a beautiful thing, and it's such a beautiful connection to have. And, even if they were ultimately in your life just to teach you a lesson and it was ended up being bad, it's like, it's still a beautiful thing. And, I'm not going to discount that for anybody, even if it is, a third party that your person is dealing with, Because like I've said before, your power is that nobody is you. They can't replace you or find you in anybody else. And that is what's going to keep them coming back, obviously. But that can also be said for other people as well. And their karmic as well. They're not going to find their karmic anywhere else. There's a reason that they were drawn to that karmic. There is a reason that they are attracted to that person if they are, and it is not for us to discount that connection just because they're not with us. And that's how I feel about that. If they cheated on you with this person, I do think that that is an extreme breach of trust. That being said, I have, cheated on a partner in the past. I have been the one with, an issue with infidelity. And, I can say that I used protection and that I did my best to, not harm anyone physically, but it still was not ethical. There is a way to, practice non-monogamy in an ethical way, but all parties need to be informed. People need to get their STI tests taken if they have multiple partners, or even if you just have one. Like, it is something that you should go ahead and do anyways for your own health. And, there's a huge stigma around it, so people don't even want to get tested, but, I trust someone who goes and gets tested a lot more than someone who's just like, nah, I'm clean. Just because you don't have an STI doesn't mean that you're clean. And just because you have an STI doesn't mean that you're dirty, okay? I lived in Arkansas, which was number 4 in the world for STIs. And it is something that people don't talk about nearly enough. That's how I feel about it. If this makes you uncomfortable, maybe I'm not your reader, but that's okay. There are other ones out there that feel the same way as you do. But personally, I think there's a huge stigma around it. And that being said, if your person cheated on you, it is a big deal because, they not only did they break your trust, but they introduced like bacteria into your body that doesn't need to be there, that you didn't know about, that you didn't consent to. You know what I'm saying? So people try to downplay it, but it is a pretty big freaking deal. Infidelity is. And, as someone who has, cheated on somebody in the past, it's like you really need to own up to that and accept responsibility for the fact that what you did wasn't okay. If you were the one who was, cheating. And if you were the one who was cheated on, I suggest, this is my suggestion, firm boundaries going into the future if you want to have a physical relationship with this person. I would suggest if they've, not been faithful to you in the past, I would suggest like no physical contact with them at all, mainly for your health. But that is just like my personal opinion. And I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what feels good for you, But that is how I feel about it. Because being physically intimate with a person is a big deal. Energy is exchanged as well as bacteria, which is what people don't want to talk about. But, we all have our own pH balances going on down there. When you introduce them to another person, there's all kinds of things that can happen. I've heard of girls that are allergic to men, just in general. Maybe it's like their products, but, like their actual bodily fluids is what I'm talking about. So, it's just really important when you're intimate with people that you're able to communicate, because trust is such an important thing. And I've read so many stories, even just on Reddit, and experienced things in my own life where honestly women do it too, but men take advantage of being in a relationship. They think that they don't need consent to just do whatever they want to their partner's body, and that's just not how it works. So you need to have the utmost trust for someone if you're going to be physically intimate, and you need to create a space where they feel safe as well, because otherwise you're not a worthy partner. And that's just how I feel about that. So I know we got a little bit distracted from the reading, but Spirit wanted me to, say those messages that were there for my collective, and I think it was important that I got them out. But I want to go ahead and I'm having a hard time getting these words out. I want to go ahead and close out this reading. Sorry, I'm right next to the mic with my shuffle. I want to go ahead and close out this reading and get some closing out messages from Spirit, some advice from Spirit, because this video is getting pretty long. So yeah, we have this 10 of Swords. I'm getting that this person just really needed to go through this hurt without you in their life for a little bit in order to kind of wake up to this connection. And, it feels like it wasn't happening in your favor, but it was. Bad things happen all of the time, but it's sometimes those things happened and they protected you from something even worse, or they happened to teach you a lesson. So always try to look out for the silver lining. And I'm not talking about horrible accidents here. I talked about it before, but I've been in a car wreck where I fell down a 200-foot cliff and almost died, and I was 5 years old. And it's maybe it was to teach me a lesson or something, but sometimes accidents just happen. So don't come at me and you're this horrible thing happened to me, someone I care about. How are you going to tell me that it was, for my best good? That's not what I mean. So take that energy how it resonates, take it with a grain of salt, and with that being said, we're going to close out the reading. We're going to thank Spirit for telling us what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. Thanks for any likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. And with that being said, I'm going to go get to responding to some comments. I don't know if it's going to happen before I post the video or just after I've recorded it here, but we'll see. And I look forward to it a lot. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a good day.